Our top story this morning, Whitfield Square in Savannah is being called sacred ground after a new survey shows there's more than 80 potential unmarked graves of enslaved and free people of color. WSAV's Isabella Baez has more on how the discovery is shedding light on a little known part of the city's history and how it's raising questions about what's coming next.
Why was this burial ground developed over? And I think, trying to give it respect that those individuals were due and were not given at the time is important to us.
Historical records show the site served as a public burial ground for enslaved and free people of color starting around 1763, at a time when cemeteries were segregated. Luciana Spraker with the city of Savannah says the burial ground closed in 1844 due to overcrowding, and a new site was established before remains were later ordered to be moved to Laurel Grove Cemetery.
City Council authorized the city marshal to relocate burials from, again, what was known as Negro Burial Ground to Laurel Grove Cemetery. So we wanted to know, are there still burials here under what is now Whitfield Square?
To find answers, the city partnered with the Lamar Institute to conduct a non-invasive ground-penetrating radar survey, which uses radar pulses to detect what's beneath the surface without disturbing the ground.
They found about 80 individual ones, and then they found two what they believe are burial clusters where they're so close together that they could not actually kind of identify how many were in those clusters.
The final report confirms what many in the community suspected, that not all remains were moved before the square was developed in the 1850s. The city now has plans to treat the area as an inactive historical burial ground, similar to Colonial Park Cemetery, while also moving forward with plans for a historical marker or memorial. Spraker says the new information is a way for them to honor the men and women who didn't get the proper memorial.
Not all history is happy and positive, and I think the best way to move beyond it is to talk about it and learn from it and try to make right.
That was Isabella Baez reporting. Spraker says they are offering recommendations to city leaders, including creating a marker and forming an advisory group to help determine next steps. We are still learning more about a viral video of a beating that happened in a Pooler parking lot. The Chatham County Sheriff tells WSAV a second arrest warrant has been issued. This comes after 34-year-old Matrion Williams was arrested on Tuesday for allegedly organizing the beating. It happened in the Walmart parking lot in Pooler, and that video was taken almost a year ago. The video went viral after Sheriff Coleman went live on Facebook from the scene and shared the video, vowing to bring everyone involved to justice. Sheriff Coleman plans to release more information about the second suspect sometime today, and we will, of course, keep you updated on air and online as we learn more. 3 people are dead following a shooting that started on Hilton Head Island and ended hours later in Bluffton, where deputies say the suspect turned the gun on himself. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office says deputies were called to Lark Street just after 11:30 Thursday night. When they arrived, they found 2 victims, a 50-year-old woman and a man in his 60s, shot and killed outside of a home, and no suspect in sight. Police confirming to WSAV that the female victim and the suspect were a couple at one point, and that the woman filed a police report with them for a domestic situation in early February. Police say they did investigate but did not file charges. Deputies were able to track the suspect's vehicle to this home on Promenade Street in Bluffton. A perimeter was set up around the house, and after hours of negotiations, a woman inside was able to safely get let out. Deputies later entered the home and found the suspect dead from what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators call this the result of a domestic situation, and there is no threat to the public. While Port Wentworth drivers take note, planned utility work will affect a busy stretch of Highway 30 this week. The city of Port Wentworth and Georgia Power will be relocating utility poles along Highway 30 from Benton Boulevard to Newport Boulevard on Wednesday the 25th through Thursday the 26th. Work is going to run from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. each day. Officials are asking drivers to use caution, watch out for crews, and to allow extra travel time throughout the area. A local family-run honey business says it's being forced to fight for its name. Owners of Savannah River Honey in Effingham County say they've been warned by Savannah Bee Company to rebrand or face legal actions over trademark concerns. I spoke to the owners of Savannah River Honey, who say the threat could put their small business at risk.
You cannot trademark the name Savannah. Like, it's a place and it's a river.
Eden Brown and her husband are 2 of the owners of Savannah River Honey, a small family-run beekeeping and honey business based in Clio. They've been in the industry for a few years, but after receiving a letter from a multi-million-dollar honey company, Savannah Bee Company, they say all the hard work they put in could be taken away from them.
It is most important to us to continue to grow the beekeeping community. There's just not support enough for that, and if we have to rebrand and rename and do all the things that Savannah Bee is asking us, that's potentially going to put us out of business to help other beekeepers and even sell local honey.
The letter states that Savannah River Honey needs to abandon their trademark and rebrand their company immediately. They state that Savannah Bee Company believes the name Savannah River Honey infringes upon their trademark rights and could cause confusion.
We chose the name Savannah River Honey because this is where our bees are, on the Savannah River. This is just one of our many bee yards that we have in Clio on the Savannah River. So we just want to protect our business as much as possible.
Now, I reached out to Savannah Bee Company, but have not heard anything from them as of yet. We will keep you updated once we do. And we do have a link on our website, WSAV.com, with more information. Senator John Ossoff stopped by Savannah yesterday to talk to Georgia voters about what he's accomplished during his time in the U.S. Senate and his goals for the future if he's reelected. Ossoff highlighted recent upgrades to Georgia's seaports and airports, projects to remove lead pipes, and federal funding support for Savannah. He also called out rising health insurance costs and Georgia's high maternal mortality rate, saying he's fighting to change that.
You know, they just cut Medicaid in order to lower taxes for the wealthiest people in the country. Couldn't we unite people across Georgia and unite the American people instead to make sure that every single county has a health clinic?
One local candidate seeking Ossoff's seat is responding to his campaign. Congressman Buddy Carter said in a statement that, quote, Ossoff's plan would impoverish Americans with skyrocketing premiums. Republicans are putting more money where it matters, your pockets, and promoting competition over government control. Well, if you're in the hunt for a new job, Chatham Area Transit has some opportunities for you. CAT will be hosting a job fair next Friday, February 27th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at CAT Central on East Gwinnett Street. It's set to feature a wide variety of open positions, including union and admin roles. Job hunters are encouraged to bring their resumes and to be prepared to talk to hiring staff. Funeral arrangements have been announced for world-renowned chef Joe Randall. Known as the Dean of Southern Cuisine, Chef Randall leaves behind a culinary legacy. He's known for his warmth and skill, and he built a reputation not only for exceptional Southern cuisine, but also for mentoring generations of aspiring chefs. In 1998, Randall co-authored A Taste of Heritage, the new African-American cuisine, which is included in the Smithsonian National Museum of African-American History and Culture. In 2023, he received the James Beard Foundation's Cookbook Hall of Fame Award for his publication. Visitation will be held next Friday, February 27th from 5 until 7 p.m. at Adams Funeral Services on Stevenson Avenue. And a celebration of life is going to be held at 11 a.m. at St. Paul CME Church on Barnard Street. That service will also be live streamed on Adams Funeral Services Facebook page.